Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Baltimore Orioles. Um, we have ourselves a season. First of all, I see there's a pretty good pitcher on the waiver wire. Why are you trying to waive him? I would like to claim him, please. I'm gonna claim the shit out of this guy. Um, yeah, that's one of the things I need to remember to start doing more. And I know several of you have already made the point that I need to start watching for stuff like that. I need to start watching for the waiver wire because there's a lot of chance to get some really great and useful players there. So, what's going on for this particular season? First of all, please stop making Jordan Diaz a DA, a third baseman. He's a designated hitter. Um, so this is what we're looking at for our opening day lineup, and it's not that different from last season's, with of course the giant exception of Mr. Dave Johnson. We spent a lot of money on him, but I'm hoping he'll be worth it as a worthy successor to Adley Rushman. And remember, we were given the specific order to upgrade our catching, and I think Johnson fills the bill. The other new player is Tristan Williams. We've moved on from Doug Smart, and we've acquired Mr. Williams here to provide a bit of power. And although there's certainly no evidence that he'll be necessarily anything fantastic, I think he'll be good enough for the short term. The rotation is the same as it was last year. The bullpen is pretty similar. We've got Jeff Phipps here that we acquired from the White Sox, who could be a starter someday if he can just work on his slider a bit. And then we just claimed another reliever that I might have to make some decisions about. But all in all, this is not a hugely different team. If we look at the positional register... sorry, here we go. It actually hasn't updated yet. We actually have to play one game for it to update. So we'll do that here in a minute. But yeah, let's just go ahead and sim one day. And then if I go to Baltimore and positional starters, it should now update. Yep. Why did Diaz start at first base last season? Oh, right, because What's-His-Face got hurt. Because Solis was hurt to start off the season. That's right. We have our new second baseman. Apart from Amaya and Moreno, we've had a lot of different... Look at that, Rushman. Alright. So we did lose our opening day game, which means our entire season is ruined and everyone is fired. I'm kidding. Let's just go ahead and sim after we've determined, is there any big decisions to make this year? One of them is named Sean Dozier, who, if I remember it from the last time I did this, wanted a stupid amount of money. He only wants a 1-year deal. I might be willing to give him that. I haven't decided yet. Mike Cooper, I'm not even convinced you're worth keeping yet. Maybe you'd be a better suited to being a third baseman. I'm not sure. We'll probably figure something out with him at some point. Because I'm not actually that locked into Jimenez. Like, he's a great third baseman. I guess we'll have to see how he hits this year. Let's go ahead and just advance a month. Oh man. Alright, who got him? Tampa did. That was pretty stupid of you, Minnesota. Dozier's got a blister. That's what guys like Jeff Phipps are for. Holy shit, Amaya's got 5 home runs already? Damn. I got my 1,500th career win. Very nice. Any big changes here? Tony Flores is starting to put a little bit of heat on his fastball. That's lovely to see. Some players are just getting better, and there's definitely, I definitely enjoy seeing that. Remember, I'm not going to make any decisions based on what I've seen already, because it's pointless. I don't know anything about this team yet. I won't know for a couple of weeks, most likely. Bob, how the fuck do you keep getting hurt? Like, I'm spending a bunch of money on you, my dude. You should be doing everything in your power to stay healthy. So we're going to be without him for a month. I do need a new first baseman. Xavier Jones is a little bit more polished, but Rossetti is the better defender. I'm going to go ahead and call up Jones. And then Amaya is going to be batting cleanup, and everyone else just moves up. And Jones is going to be the new starting first baseman. Hopefully not for long, though. But yeah, Solis needs to stop getting injured. I'm getting sick of this shit. 4 months for my relief pitcher. That's not great, but I also can't do anything about it. Who's next man up? Actually, probably Kessler. Because of the role that Phipps was, if I wanted an everyday starter, I'd probably consider Mata. But it's going to be Kessler, because that's the role that we need right now. We need the long man who can occasionally make a start here and there. Holy shit, Chris Thomas got lit up like a Christmas tree in his first couple starts. Are you fucking kidding me? Are we putting like broken glass in the infield? Apparently we are. Which I guess makes it Rossetti. I don't want him starting, but I need a first baseman. And the alternative is to put Diaz at first and then have someone else DH, but I don't know who else I would have DH, really. Oh boy, I can have Juan Ocasio back. The only reliever that's clearly worse than him is Seivanen, and Seivanen is my lefty killer. So, Ocasio, I'm going to send you to rehab. And then we'll consider if I'm going to get rid of you down the line here. You know what? I bet you did that on purpose, game. No, because Ocasio got hurt during his rehab assignment. Of course he did. Thankfully, it's just... you put him on the DL for a 2-day injury? Come on, game. I need another pitcher. I guess Ocasio is fine. And I'll just make you a middle reliever. Man, I just don't get it. I don't get how we keep getting our team shredded. gee, thanks. Not like Bob Solis is important to this team or anything. Like, I want him to be better, right? But this is like the third year in a row that he's had a major injury very early on. I don't know how just resting him more is going to solve that problem. He needs to just suck it up and play better. Interesting. You turned John Banda into a starter? I mean, I guess I see why. He definitely has the chops to be a starter, but I certainly wasn't anticipating making him one. But I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the damn week. And Danny Moreno had a great April. I'm so thrilled. So what do I know about this team so far? It's a team with lots of really good hitters until you get to the bottom third of the lineup. It's a team with a decent but not exceptional rotation and a decent, if not exceptional, bullpen. But if you actually look at the innings pitched by the bullpen just hasn't gotten super involved. Let's go ahead and make Cullen the setup guy. And then you're going to drop back into regular middle relief role. And the rest of this is all fine. Is there a change useful for rotation? I mean, Thomas is struggling this year. What's going on with you? It looks like defense is a real issue this season. Is that accurate? Oh yeah, we've got a real bad defense this year. Who's dropping the ball? Please don't say Lara. But I have a feeling that's exactly who you're going to say. It's Lara. Damn it. And Lara's not hitting either. I mean, yeah, he's getting on base, which is amazing, but this is not good. I guess we'll see how he turns out with a bit more experience, but I kind of wish I hadn't traded Anderson last season. I was counting a little bit too much on Lara turning out. Oh, well. Allison's a really good defensive shortstop, but that's not really a position I need a lot of help at. Cooper's a decent second baseman. I could kick him over to second. I'm going to give Lara a bit more time. Do we have someone defensive subbing for him? Yeah, we have Velez. Velez is a pretty good second baseman. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap Velez and Cooper in the pecking order. I want to see if Velez can keep hitting. Because if he can hit even a little bit for contact, Lara becomes a little bit less useful. Now, I don't doubt for a moment that Lara will eventually turn it around, but for right now, it doesn't look great for us. And these are mostly moves at the margins, and I get that. And these aren't the kinds of things that are likely to win me 1,000 games. But for right now, I just don't see a ton of evidence that really any of my middle infielders are all that worthwhile. Alright, let's advance. We should get Solis back here shortly. I'm hoping. Alright. Rossetti, thank you for your absolute nothing burger of a Major League debut. Everyone gets moved down. Including Wait, does Johnson have to be... No, Johnson's supposed to be in the starting lineup. Great. I'm going to bump you to 6th. Because you're just better. In every conceivable way. And I want to make sure that Amaya is in the heart of the order because he's killing it this year. Look at the season by Luis Amaya. This is like MVP caliber playing. And I certainly did not expect him to be carrying the load while Solis was hurt, but getting him back is pretty massive in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I don't really care about Xavier Jones anymore. Who's Xavier Jones? I sure don't know. Hit number 2,000 for Daniel Cabrera. What a guy. Why did you stop me for this? 'Cause he's fucking amazing. Holy shit. Okay, well done game. Yeah. It's been a while since we've gotten a truly elite level prospect, but definitely. Thank you for stopping me, game. Mr. Aragon, you're on my short list. And, of course, we'd gone almost an entire month without a crippling injury. There was Andy Cullen. Alright, what is your deal? Do you just suck at arms? No, you're supposed to be amazing at it. I don't get it, but whatever. I also can't do anything about it. Chris Saunders, maybe? You know, you've been in the system for long enough. I think you earned a shot at the majors, at least for the short term. I do need a new setup guy, and I guess I'll put Castaneda back in the role, because it seems like he's the best of the pitchers there. Do I want to invest in a bullpen upgrade? Is that where we are right now? Or are we just going to be fine if we just let Solis keep playing to his potential? I don't know. Dave Johnson got faster. I guess that's kind of fun. And not much there. Amaya is... Amaya's got 25 home runs already. I did not expect this kind of breakout from him as a possibility. But I'm here for it, for sure. I know I can't change my total budget. Can I reallocate where it goes? I can't yet. Okay. I want to tone down the minor league scouting and bump up the major league scouting next year. I want to make sure that we're actually spotting great players that we can use to upgrade. Alright. This is an underwhelming bullpen and an underwhelming rotation. Is the problem Lara? I think Lara is certainly one of the biggest problems. The guy's had 200 at-bats. He isn't hitting this year. And his fielding is so bad that I can't have him in the lineup if he's not hitting. I'm going to send Lara to double A. I think he needs... Or triple A. He needs some time. Your new starting second baseman will be... All the in-house options kind of suck. Maybe Cooper sucks the least. And then we're going to go ahead and call up... Let me check the waiver wire, or free agency even. Is anyone trying to sneak through a middle infielder? Clint Hoover would be an amazing player. Gimme. I'm going to wait, actually, and see if we actually get him. And then if we do, then he'll take the roster spot. For now, I'm going to go ahead and let Cooper start at second base. But I'm definitely going to change up the batting order. Who currently has the best on-base percentage on the team? Moreno, Diaz, Johnson, Amaya, and Solis are all really, really good. I'm going to make Diaz the leadoff hitter, and I'm going to make Johnson the number 2. There we go. And Williams is killing baseball, so I'm fine with that lineup. So let me go ahead and copy this lineup, just the lineup, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to paste it. There we go. Oh, I actually wanted to make sure that it was able to... Chris Gill hit his 500th home run. Nice. Excellent. Promote him, place him on the active roster. And then I'm going to regenerate my depth chart. Boom. This all looks fine. That all looks fine. All right, it's draft time. We're picking at 29th. Gross. I know I haven't spent a huge amount of time with taking draft picks at this point, but honestly, we're never going to get the top players. We're too low in the draft order. We're mostly going to be getting serviceable players, which is fine. This is a great draft for pitching, apparently. Chris Mendoza, you'll be a great closer someday, but not yet. I'm going to look at Steve Collins first, because I like me a 6'7" guy. You're a decent all-around starter, but I am concerned about your movement and your ability to keep it in the park. Adams is a bit more of a control freak. Not going to miss many bats. And he also only faced average competition, which means I can't trust these stats very much. Again, average. Not that great. Steve Collins. We already looked at him. Sean Fisher. No. Although, Fisher does have one thing that these others don't, which is this array of pitches. Like, he's got potential for 2+ pitches and 3 others that look very good. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Fisher, and we'll see how he turns out. I will take Bobby Bronson. I have no concerns whatsoever about adding another quality starter. Eric Bradley is a very raw player who's hit it admittedly very effectively. with a good mix of speed and power, but he's extremely raw. I honestly almost rather take Chris Johnson, in all honesty. Because you can never have too many catchers, right? Although his arm sucks. Joel Amaya is actually really bad competition. Let's go ahead and take Bradley. I'm fine with that. Are there any really good contact hitters left? Because contact is one of the hardest things to find. Arcega has the potential to be an amazing contact guy, so you're in. I like Josh Jones. Give me some Josh Jones, please. I don't even care that he wants $2 million. I've got a lot of money to spend. Remember the Alamo. Birch Alamo. How can I say no to that? I can't, is the correct answer. Is there any other, like, really good player left? There's Steve Crisafulli. Yeah, whatever. You're in the 8th round. I don't really expect you to contribute a whole lot. Or either if one of you actually decent at being a catcher, you both kind of suck. You've got more raw ability. I'll take you. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sim the rest of the draft. Because we're in the 9th round. I'm unlikely to find any really massive abilities there. Negotiate. I'm happily going to hand all of you people all of the money. Because it's not my money. Look, none of these guys are probably going to have much of an impact in the next 2 to 3 seasons, but eventually they will. And I think they're going to all be very handy role players, if not necessarily like big pieces to our success. But you're going right back to you're going right back to AAA, my dude. That's just how it is. And now Steve Reeves is injured because we can't go 2 weeks without an injury to one of my pitchers. Hey, look, he also blew out his arm. How is this happening? Like, what in the ever-living fuck is happening to this bloody team? How is everyone getting shoulder and elbow surgery? It's like, did you get like a coupon? I don't even know at this point. Is there a decent bullpen guy left out of interest? Pitchers, please. There's good old Shea Spitzbarth. Nah, he'll get lit up. I'd rather just make a starter into a reliever. Or I could think about trading Manny Castillo, but he also plays right, though, is the thing. And a big contact hitting outfielder is not something to insult. I think I'm going to trade Rossetti and try to get an upgrade in the bullpen. I don't want anything short of a prospect. I want a young reliever. That can be a good one for a long time. Like a Josh Layman, for instance. And not with that movement. Pass. Victor Moreno, welcome aboard. I mean, I'll see if they'll give me something else, but they probably won't. Gabe Smith? Yeah. I'd have to give them... Yeah, they're just going to flat out reject me. That's fine. Let's get Leopoldo Balsa. Because 2 relievers is better than 1, right? And you took it. So there we go. Complete the trade. And Mr. Moreno, you're getting called up to the Major League roster, where you will be a middle reliever. There we go. Is this trade likely to bite me in the ass? It actually probably is, but it's not like I was ever going to promote him when I had a guy like Solis. How is the offense doing this year? It's doing pretty damn good. I can't really complain about most of this. My second baseman and third baseman suck, and we're still terrible at defense. How? How are we this bad? Okay, apparently Mike Cooper is a bad fielder, but it's actually not that terrible. Oh, you know what? Defensive efficiency is the stat. Who is fucking it up? I mean, Moreno's fine. I'm not concerned about him in the least. Alright, let's check out the All-Star teams. A trade proposal. No. We're kind of short that dominating starting pitcher, but I think a lot of the problem is a few other things. No. Alright, none of my pitchers, except for Chris Brandt. I don't even know why Brandt's there, but I'll take it. Dave Johnson made it. Solis made it. Moreno made it. Amaya made it. Diaz made it at third, despite the fact he doesn't actually play third. Pretty damn good, right? That's a very nice all-star. And who made the prospects roster? Chris Gilbert. And Chris Gilbert. Oh, there you go. Let's play up to the end of the month, and then we'll decide if we're going to make any other moves in terms of upgrading this team right now. How long are you out for? 4 days. All right. Nobody in the top 10. That's reasonable. I do have some decisions to make. All right. Read all. You all know the rules. Minor leaguers stay forever. Who do you help develop? Like half of my roster. Okay. Yeah, Peter, I'm going to go ahead and give you a contract extension. You've earned it. As long as nobody makes more than me, I don't care. It's a personal thing, right? No. why do people insist on offering me bad players? It's just, I get that people want Steve Rago, and I might even consider trading him, but I want something that doesn't suck for him. Which is the issue, right? That's the issue. So, this has not been a great season for us so far. We're still very much, of course, in the thick of things. Any big changes here? Tim Locke is getting amazing. Jimenez is becoming a much better contact hitter. This is all to the good. Jimmy Blake is getting better. Alright. So, it's the rotation holding us back. Now, all that being said, it looks like it's the defense. It really does look like the defense is what's holding us back. And that's a real shame. Because there's not much I can do to fix the defense without making the lineup worse. Other than shortstop. Because Burrow's only slightly above average. You've had 250 at-bats to prove that you can learn how to hit. And you haven't done it yet. So if there's any one position I could upgrade at right now that would improve both our offense and our defense, it would be shortstop. But the thing is that I don't have an obvious choice for that. Like, Velez is a sensational shortstop. But other than a weak range, Burrows is almost as good, and Burrows definitely looks like he's the better hitter. I could upgrade it second. I mean, I could just call Lara back up. But he's really struggling. I think we trade Lara. Because if we look at his minor league track record too, right? He's only ever hit in low A. And then a partial season in triple A. And if he's not drawing scads and scads of walks, or at least hitting for a bunch of power, he's not that great. So I think trading Lara is one of the better decisions we could make. We could also promote Danny Allison, who is, if nothing else, a wizard at shortstop. And he actually has a pretty decent track record of hitting in the minors. I think Allison is going to get promoted. But first, let's trade Lara, and let's see what people might offer for him. So what I am looking for is infielders. And I will even take on salary if it means a significantly better one than I have now. Oh no, I'm going to get first baseman, aren't I? I'm just going to be drowned in first baseman. Alright, Jeremy Murphy. Absolutely not. No. There is nothing you could do to convince me to take Jeremy Murphy off your hands. He's a decent hitter with a god-awful arm. No. We have Steve Kienbaum, who's an interesting player, to be sure. A decent third baseman or shortstop with a hell of an arm, and an interesting offensive skill set. You're a maybe, but you don't help the team right now. But you're still a maybe. Salgado is meh. You're just a Jordan Lara that happens to play third instead of second. You're a good all-around shortstop, but again, you're not significantly better than what I've got now. Again, I'm not seeing a ton of I'm not seeing a ton of value in any of these players, to be honest with you. Most of them are all just kind of good players that play positions kind of well. Dave Gonzalez is the first one I'm looking at and thinking, yeah, this might be worth it. A long track record of hitting well. But he's not that great defensively. And I guess that's the issue we're just going to keep running into. I do actually really like Robbie Roche. Like, he has got talent for days. And he's been a decent defender, too. Or I could get... No, wait, you're a third baseman, and I don't want to replace Jimenez. Not really, anyway. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for Roche as far as an immediate upgrade works. He's a good defender. He's maybe not great, but he's a good all-around hitter. And I think he's just got loads of potential if he was just given a chance to just play. More than Lara, right? Lara's always going to be extremely limited in the field. Whereas Roche is at least not bad. We could do better, potentially, but so I'm going to keep looking. But Josh Reed is whatever. Mike Rowell is really good, but meh. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me Robbie Roche. I'll see if he'll throw somebody else in, like a mid-tier prospect, but the answer is probably going to be no to that. I wouldn't mind another reliever. Alright, if you take this deal, then fantastic. Then I will happily accept it. And then the other decision we're going to make is we're going to promote Allison. Because I'm actually going to trade Burrows, too. Like, yes, I know Allison may not be an elite hitter, but he's an elite defender. And if I have to pick between the two of them, like, Burrows, you're barely above average. And you're an absolute suck on when it comes to hitting. You saw value as a utility guy, I guess, so maybe the decision should actually be to trade Cooper. But Cooper's also a good utility guy, and unlike you, Cooper can actually hit. So I think we go ahead and trade Burrows as well, but I only want prospects, and I just want the best prospect I can get for him. A guy like Steve Ward is very tempting, although his movement does trouble me. I mean, I could also get, like, a legitimately amazing reliever, though. And our bullpen has definitely struggled this season. Yeah, I'm going to take the upgrade. Because that guy's a pretty big upgrade over my existing bullpen. You're always wanting me to ask for more. I mean, I guess I appreciate that you always think so highly of me, but... How's about Larry Harding? He's a great hitter who will someday potentially grow into his bat. Alright, you absolutely hated that deal. Okay, fine. You'll give me Dan Bino, which is great. Can I also get Ben Danielson? You know what? I'm restocking my bullpen. And I'm getting a great pitcher, and I'm getting two pretty good hitters. Throw in Jerry Naylor, and we have a deal. No, you don't like that. Then I'm just going to pull this trigger. All right, Allison, you're promoted. I could also just let Velez play shortstop, but I think Allison is the better defender. Yeah, he's like potentially an amazing defender, whereas Velez is merely pretty good. So yeah, let's try to kickstart our defense, and then as soon as I hear back about upgrading at second, we'll also upgrade at second. And they said no. Oh look, Ocasio is out for another 6 weeks. I wouldn't have to add too much more though to get this deal. I can give you like a bargain basement dude. Like, you want Fitzgerald, you can have him. I don't even care. I want to upgrade at second base. Alright. Pinheiro. You get promoted, and then I'm going to keep Cooper as my utility guy. So I'm going to go ahead and send Velez to the minors. And then Robbie Roche is going to be the new starter. At second. Oops. You're only mad because you're losing. That's just how it be. There you go. Cooper is not playing that frequently. I don't mind him spelling what's-his-face every now and again. But I do like Cooper as like a super utility guy. I think that actually makes a ton of sense. Alright. Is there anything I can do to fix our chemistry? Like, I know the players aren't happy about it. We don't have a captain. Oh, great. Robbie Roche is actually a dick. Is there a way to find out if I have anyone on my team who's secretly a captain? Oh, there we go. Team chemistry. So I'm going to go to default. I'm going to look in the minors. I'm going to add team chemistry. Oh, no, that's how happy they are. That's not any roles that they have. Player role. Here we go. That's how happy they are with their current role. God damn it, game. Like, that's something that's semi-important, right? I should be able to find that a little bit easier. Can I filter for that? Leader ability high. There we go. Jordan Mata is apparently a big leader. And it's not like the rotation has been amazing this season. But I think a lot of that has just been bad defense. Like, we look at... Okay, Rodrigo Rivera has actually just been bad this year. But Locke has been real good. Thomas has been victimized by bad defense. Dozier's not been that great. Hoskins has been fine. Alright, here's what we're going to do. You're going to be a middle reliever. Mr. Dozier. Are you still wanting delusional amounts of money? Yes. I'm trading you right now. And I'm going to call up Mata. Like, I would prefer a non-reliever out of this, but maybe that's just the best player I can get. A guy like Tim Yeager wouldn't be a bad choice. He could be a really good right fielder. Let's take him. I'll ask for another prospect, but you're probably going to tell me to go to hell. That's what I would do. How about Sergio Acuna? No, you just laugh in my face. Respectable response. I'll take this. I'm not bothered by that. Oh, look. Apparently, Sean Dozier was an asshole. And then Mata gets called up. And Mata gets the rotation spot. Do I have an official team captain yet? Or do we still not have one? Mata's a leader, but not a captain. I see. That's fine. Like, if you think I'm getting rid of Roche, you're nuts. But I would actually get rid of Devin Man. Because Man is actually one of my underperforming pitchers anyway. I'm going to trade him too. I don't normally care this much about chemistry, but maybe we'll play better if we have better chemistry. Who freaking knows? You know what? You look like a good dude, Matt. Welcome aboard. Like, are you going to give me, like, Joe Brown or Kevin Niles? Of course you're not. Are you? Okay. I had to try. Throw in Bill Delgado. No. You know what? I don't even care. Do it. Porras can easily just be another middle relief guy. Alright. So we made some pretty substantial upgrades. Now let's see if team chemistry is any better. It's pretty decent. We could use a couple of other players, but I think the most important thing is just winning. Is there a really great player here? I could have a second Danny Moreno. How could I not? How could I not acquire another Danny Moreno when the first one has worked out so well for us, right? We're going to be the one-stop shop for all of your Danny Moreno needs. That is my objective. No thanks. Yes! Soon, I will be able to have an entire team of people named Danny Moreno. That is my goal. That is our key to 10 consecutive world championships. Absolutely not, no. Oh, it's Sean Fisher, not Clay Fisher. I was pretty sure that Clay had retired. A lot of people want one of my rookie level catchers. Who am I to deny you a new team if I can get a quality prospect out of it? Let's look at hitters, please. Wow, okay. You know what? I'm going to take another outfielder. And I will put you on the 40-man if I must, but then I'm going to put you in AAA. Let's take a quick look at salaries for next season. Anyone I need to be concerned about? Brant wants a raise. Meyer wants a raise. Hoskins wants a raise. Like, it's hard for me to get really excited about Hoskins, but maybe once our FIP improves, when our defense gets better, he'll look even better. You just want your 1-year deal. And I also have no money for extensions. So that's kind of yikes. Oh, well. I'd completely forgotten about Jeff Phipps, so thank you for reminding me. I do like Mr. Metzler here. I would be lying if I said I didn't, but I don't like his weak-ass arm. But I won't do it for Navarez. I need my backup catcher. He's a really important part of this team. What if I drop Navarez? Because basically I'm taking an upgrade. I'm basically getting a much better defender for a merely kind of okay hitter. Although DeJesus is also a good outfielder. But we'll see if they'll take that deal. We're going to go for volume rather than... And you're like, no thanks. Well then... Okay. I can give you Ass Oparty. There you go. I may need to put him on the 40-man. I wasn't paying attention to that part. I do. If Robbie Roche is secretly an asshole, and Metzler is just, like, better than he is, maybe I should trade Roche. Like, you're not doing the team any favors right now, right? I'm not going to trade you, but I think I'm going to send you to the minors to work on... No, because you're about as decent as you'll ever be. I really want to play Metzler because of his amazing defense. Even if his arm isn't great, that's not a big deal for me. Okay, Chris Bell looks like an amazing right fielder. I'm just going to stock up on outfielders. I think that's my thing now. Willie here's a damn good hitter. But I don't have anywhere to play him. Because if you think I'm trading Solis anytime soon, you're nuts. Edgar Gonzalez is an even better right fielder than the other guy. Look at that contact. Dave Wright's a great hitter, but the man can't play right at all, so he'd be a better DH. Would I rather have Gonzalez or would I rather have Reed? Reed was his name, right? Bell. I love me contact hitters, and they're hard to find in this era. Even though he's arguably like a great all-around hitter, you have a hole in your swing. You do not like facing lefties. What about Mr. Gonzalez? I think he was a switch hitter. No, you're also a lefty, and you also struggle against left-handed pitching. That's kind of okay, though. Like, I don't mind Edgar Gonzalez. Although the other guy's a better all-around hitter. We'll trade for Gonzalez, I think, though. And then that now gives me a spot for Metzler, who's going to be my new starting second baseman. Jimenez, you're going to go ahead and hit 7th. Metzler's going to go ahead and play at 2nd. You can start every 7 games if you really want to keep playing Cooper. There we go. We made a bunch of trades. I know that we just made a huge number of trades, but I think at the end of the day, I think we've improved the defense significantly, which should make our pitching staff a lot better. No. I can have Jeff Phipps back, which is amazing, I guess. He's still a pretty good pitcher. He's better than Chris Saunders, that's for sure. And then you're going to be middle relief, long relief. Like, notice ERAs are already coming down pretty significantly. I think that's a testament to improving our infield defense. I'm going to say no to this. Yeah, I don't need bad pitching. Some improvements here. Bob Solis is going to be even less likely to draw walks, which is fine. It's not what I pay him for. Damn, look at Sonny Hoskins heating up. Now, how is team chemistry now? We're all happy. I don't mind Bob Solis being outspoken. We could definitely use another couple, like a captain or a really experienced veteran player, but I'm not going to waste time acquiring one. Yeah, we're number 2 in the league in home runs. We have one of the best offenses in the league. And I think now that we have a great defense behind Chris Thomas, we're going to start seeing him get better too. Rivera, I'm not sure about keeping you. I know I don't have a ton of other options, but I'm going to think very long and hard about what I want to do with you in the offseason. Let's go and just sim forward a month. We need a nice run, like a 5 or 6 game winning streak to push us ahead for the division title. I'm going to go ahead and non-tender Ocasio this year. I think I've made that decision. I'm just real sick and tired of him getting hurt all the time. Don't you fucking dare, game. No. I saw that. God damn it. 6 weeks isn't the end of the world, I guess. And I do have Castillo, who could fill in at center field for a short time. I could just have Meyer do it. Because he's a brilliant defender. That's what we'll do. And I'll call up Castillo. And then Meyer, you're going to be the new starting center fielder. Williams is going to hit 5th. And then we're just going to redo the depth chart. No, game, I'm deliberately not giving Cooper as many at-bats because we need a better defense, and Cooper is not a great defender. Although Cooper is hitting well this season. I won't begrudge him that, but... Man, what a shame. Because Amaya had a major... I guess he actually cooled off a little bit. Cooled off. He's still an amazing player. I'm not remotely upset about his abilities. I can have Udaka back. You know what? Of all the things I've spent money on, Udaka is probably what I regret the most. Like, he's making a lot of money to be just another reliever. I will probably, honestly, think about trading him next season. Because he's just a waste right now. He's an overcompensated dude. And then, yeah, we're going to have some difficult arbitration decisions next season. Hey, 5 hits for Solis. Nice. Only one of them... Oh, 2 homers. All right. Then I guess I'll let that happen. Come on, Yankees. Cool off. You've been ridiculously good all season long. And I'd like it to stop, please. Please. Locke got a tiny bit worse. That's alright, though. No real surprises there. Bob Solis was the man again. Alright, so we've got 2 more spots in the road. We've got 2 more spots here. Like, Ocasio's an obvious choice, right? We call him up and let him throw some extra innings. I'm going to call up Jones and Ocasio, and I'm going to explain why. Ocasio, easy. You're just going to be another arm out of the bullpen. But I want Xavier Jones starting once a week for Solis the rest of the season. Not because Solis isn't a fucking amazing hitter, but because I'm trying to take a little bit off the shoulders of Mr. Solis. Let him get healthy so that hopefully next season we can get a lot more games out of him. Holy shit. I almost missed that. Rodrigo Rivera threw a no-hitter. I love it. Damn, son. I was actually thinking about not keeping you, but maybe I should. I mean, at the end of the day, Solis only going to get like 2 or 3 days off, but... Would you quit getting fucking suspended, Diaz? Like, what the hell is your problem, dude? Like, quit picking fights with people. I don't care. We're in playoff mode, so you're gonna play until your arm falls off. Ah, I did win the AL East. Beautiful. And we'll just finish today. Alright. Playoff roster time. Who do I want on the playoff roster? This is exactly who I want on the playoff roster. I'm not even gonna dispute it. And most importantly, I got a bye as a division winner, which is what I was most concerned about, which will just be a little bit more time for people to get healthy. Like, getting a Maya back would be pretty massive. I'd be pretty happy about that. I'll have to replace my pitching coach. What a shame. How close are you to coming back, Amaya? Alright, so you're not going to be ready for this round of the playoffs, but you might be for the next round. I am frankly fine with going with... Like, I don't trust any of my starters more than any of my other starters. So before we talk about the playoffs, let's talk about how this season went for the Orioles of Baltimore. Before we look at Danny Moreno's amazing season, let's not forget Luis Amaya's season. You carried the load when Solis got hurt, and you did it hitting a .604 slugging percentage and still playing pretty damn good center field. You're everything that I wanted in a player and more. Well done, you. But now back to the team members that are actually healthy. How do you keep getting better, Moreno? I don't get it. What is your secret? Like, every season, I'm like, Moreno has peaked, and then you actually end up even better. Now, yes, last season you were a better hitter, a little bit. But don't forget, these are all rate stats. Which means I'd much rather have another 100 at-bats out of Moreno than have his other stuff look really huge. Moreno's worth every penny I pay him, and honestly, probably more. Bob Solis really turned it on at the end of the season, leading the league in slugging percentage and OPS. And RBI, but I don't really give a fuck about RBI. They're kind of a nonsense stat. 47 homers, very nice. All Jordan Diaz does is hit. He is a professional hitting machine. And I love that we're just like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck that you don't play a position. You're still worth 5 wins above replacement. Dave Johnson, this was mwah. We needed a great season out of our catcher, and we got one. And I'm looking forward to more of the same for the next couple of seasons. Tristan Williams was fine. He was a very nice pickup for us. Again, lots of power. I know Jake Metzler wasn't a brilliant hitter, but he was a very good defender, and I will take that happily. Danny Allison ended up hitting actually above league average and provided... Okay, actually bad shortstop. Come on, game. That's alright. Jimenez is always good hit for an empty batting average. And unless his third base is super duper on point, which it was decent, I guess. I'm not really bothered by any of our players, but I think we could do better, again, at the middle infield positions. Oh, Castillo, go ahead and be the backup at the other positions here. Oh, and Jones, thank you for your service, but no. Alright. It's playoff time. But yeah, I kind of don't want to skip anyone's turn in the rotation. Actually, that's a lie. I'm going to have Hoskins be the new number 3 starter because he's just having the better year. Like, Mata is fine. I'm sure he'll do great in the future, but Hoskins, I'm going to ride the hot hand in the playoffs. And Hoskins has been our most reliable starter the entire season. So I'm going to give him the honor of that playoff spot. The Yankees won the first game. We rallied back. Hoskins didn't matter a huge amount. But that doesn't freaking matter when Bob Solis hits 2 homers. Interesting. Hoskins got pulled extremely quickly. I wonder if he was actually pretty tired. Maybe. And Chris Thomas got absolutely lit up. That needs to not happen, please. And the Yankees beat Rivera. God damn it. How does this always happen? That we get sucked into these really long, bloody games that we lose because someone is going to make a mistake eventually, right? Well, that's another early round exit. We made it. I guess that's something. But... And our hitters were there. We just got failed by our pitching. That was our big issue. I mean, Chris Thomas got lit the fuck up. And that killed our season right there. And then Jeff Phipps came in and did even worse, arguably. So definitely think we need a better starting pitcher. At least one, if we're actually going to have long-term success. Oh, Cleveland won their playoff round. Very nice. I mean, Amaya's back now, for what it's worth. Here, Castillo, go to the minors. Go Cleveland, damn it. Stupid Miami Fighting Falcons. That's an awesome name, though. I have to admit. Yeah, this was a good season. It maybe wasn't brilliant, but it was good. All right, Chris. I can't do it anymore. I can't. You've been a solid pitcher for so long, but I've got a lot of pitchers in the minors that I think are worthy of an opportunity. So I'm actually going to go ahead and void your option. And we can talk about maybe signing you. Adley Rutschman retired. Okay. You're damn right I'm retiring number 17. Alright, before I conclude this episode, I do want to at least think about the arbitration offers that we can do. Alright, Hoskins. I'm going to give you a 1-year deal for the arbitration amount because that's all that my owner will let me do. Rodrigo Rivera. Was this a blip? I don't know, but your actual salary demand is actually pretty reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Andy Cullen, I will bring back, but I don't want to give him $2 million. I'd rather give him $1 million. I need you to take like 1.5, maybe. I'm just going to give you the $2 million. It's not. I'll give you a little less. There you go. Juan Ocasio just keeps getting hurt. It's not a good use of our limited resources to bring him back. You gone. Steve Rees, I will happily give you your very tiny raise. Chris Brandt wants a lot of money. I don't necessarily think that's unfair. There we go. Mike Cooper, you were good enough in part-time to be worth keeping around, and you're not asking for a huge amount of money. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to offer you your 1.6 some million. All right, Clint Hoover, I enjoyed you for the time we had you. You weren't very good. I'm just going to non-tender you. Dave Meyer is fine. All right. Tristan Williams. You had a phenomenal season. Absolutely phenomenal. And if you think I'm paying a right fielder $10 million in one season, you don't know me very well. Remember, we always give people minor league extensions if they have a really good season. Oh, Edgar Gonzalez, you should definitely not be leaving this team yet. I'm just going to go ahead and put you on the 40-man, and then that'll remove you from that. I don't really care about most of the rest of these guys, so. Mr. Balsa, I'd like to request an extension with you. All right. This is all fine. I'm going to try to trade Tristan Williams. It's going to be the last thing I do this episode. Because let me be completely blunt with you. Sorry, my ear is very itchy. There we go. Tristan Williams will never have a better year than he had in 2037. He just won't. I'm going to trade you right now, dude. Let's go. I didn't actually mean to click all batters. I'm sorry. Wanted all players. Actually, I do need starting pitching. That might be a way to have gotten it. Like, especially if I don't take on a lot of salary. It's Billy Korb. That's actually a very reasonable looking right fielder. Like, he's not remotely ready for the majors, right? Just not even close. But that still looks like a pretty fine right fielder. Yeah, off you go. Boop. And now we should have a bit more cash and a bit more flexibility because I'm not paying Williams that amount of money. There we go. I'm going to try something real stupid. Is it going to work? Probably not, but I'm going to see if someone is dumb enough to give me a starter for Ocasio. Like, maybe someone really wants to get rid of some cash. Ron Williams, done. Can I trade Hoover for anything? I mean, there's at this point, there's no point in not trying, right? So I'm not going to keep the guy anyway. So it makes sense to just invest in some low prospects instead of just non-tendering people. I could have been doing this the whole time, but in past OOTPs, teams just wouldn't trade for people if they knew you were going to non-tender them. But yeah, I will happily take an Israel Campos and hope that he improves his movement. Done. And there we go. We traded. We've got some salary flexibility now. Chris Thomas wants to get paid. That's not coming from me, my dude. Here's an interesting question. Do I give him a qualifying offer? Is he going to take it? Or is somebody going to pay him what he thinks he's worth? That's my fear. If I offer him the qualifying offer and he takes it, I'm spending $15 million for a mediocre starter. And I'd rather spend $20 million for an amazing starter. I'm going to try to get inside the head of Chris Thomas. Thomas wants a long-term deal, which we can easily see if I just click offer extension. He wants $14 million a year. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve that. I'm saying that I've got enough potential starters in my system to find someone who's going to be at least as good as Thomas. And I could always find a free agent pitcher who's even better than he is. Because as long as he's not striking people out, he's going to be problematic. He has been durable. I'll give him that. He has been extremely durable. Which is unusual for my team, obviously. But do I want to take the risk that if I give him a qualifying offer that he takes it? Because $15 million for Chris Thomas is way too much money. But a draft pick would be amazing. And I don't want to get nothing for him. Can I trade him? I probably can't. But I'm going to... Yeah, it won't even let me do it. Because he's already a free agent. I am not going to decide this right now. I'm gonna turn to the wisdom of the comment section. Do we go ahead and offer him a 1-year deal at $15 million in the hopes he turns it down so that I can get a draft pick? Or do we not take that risk and just go ahead and let Thomas sign with another team? Also, let me know if you think I should have exercised the option, but I wanted payroll flexibility, which I now have. Between getting rid of him and Williams, I now have $14 million for free agents. So that's a thing that I can do now. Let me know what you think down below. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.